Jersey.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank the Chairman and Ranking Member of the Veterans Affairs Committee and Representative Weintraub for their work on this important bill. This legislation empowers the Secretary of Veterans Affairs with the authority to hire the best and brightest employees. We can all agree that you can't have a top-notch VA without employing young veterans who want to continue serving their country after they return from the front lines. Each and every day, our brave men and women in uniform put their lives on the line for us, and we owe it to them to ensure that when they return home, they have the best care at the VA, and that they also have the best career opportunities available to them. This legislation is about veterans serving veterans. Young veterans in the 5th District of New Jersey, where I live, tell me that they face significant challenges when they return home, even though many of them have a desire to help serve other veterans. I was lucky enough to hire one such veteran on my team, Mike Devilliers, who served in the U.S. Army. Mike is committed to helping other veterans and has at a local community college where he ran a program for student veterans. He now serves my constituents, including our veterans, and across the 4 counties in the 5th District. We should be encouraging talented and qualified young veterans like Mike to put their skills to use and give back to their fellow servicemen and women. The VA is one place those skills are sorely needed to best serve the 473,000 veterans who live in New Jersey and the many other veterans across our country. Mr. Chairman, approximately 60% of VA employees are over the age of 45, and the department has struggled to develop an adequate pipeline for younger employees and emerging leaders to fill crucial and critical roles. We've seen the negative effects of not having the right team in place to support our veterans. While programs like Pathway at the VA are a step in the right direction, we can do more to improve the process and give a leg up to all veterans who wish to bring their skills to the VA. More than half of the post-9/11 veterans are 34 years of age or younger, and approximately 30% have bachelor's or advanced degrees. Yet the Department of Labor reported that post-9/11 vets face a higher unemployment rate than other veterans. That's simply unacceptable. The VA should draw from their excellent source of talent to strengthen the care of all of our veterans that they receive by considering more young veterans for accepted service appointments. That's why my amendment would make sure that the VA Secretary includes recipients of the post-9/11 GI Bill and younger veterans who have recently graduated from college as a distinct category qualifying for accepted service appointments to the Department of Veterans Affairs. Mr. Chairman, the mission statement of the VA is inscribed outside the department's headquarters. It reads, "To care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan." This is President Lincoln's promise to serving and honoring the men and women who are America's heroes, and it should and must be our same commitment today. I know of no one who stands more willing and able to serve fellow veterans and their brothers and sisters in arms than the veterans themselves. There is nothing partisan about serving our veterans. This is a common sense solution without any new costs, and it's a perfect example of working across party lines to help get the backs of those who've served our country. I urge my colleagues to join me in standing up for our veterans by supporting this win-win solution. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back the balance of his time. Gentleman from Ohio.
Mr. Chair, I ask unanimous consent to rise in opposition, although I am not opposed.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Chair, I rise in support of Representative Gottheimer's amendment, which would ensure that veterans who are recent graduates and/or recipients of the post-9/11 GI Bill are also eligible for accepted service appointments under Section 12 of the bill. As a veteran and as the former chairman of the Subcommittee on Economic Opportunity, there are few things I support as strongly as assisting veterans in seeking and receiving employment opportunities, particularly in the federal government. The skill sets and commitment to service that veterans display while in uniform often make them particularly suited to government work once they transition to civilian life. The adoption of this amendment would provide yet another tool to support veterans looking to continue their service to our nation, and I'm grateful to Representative Gottheimer for submitting it. With that, I reserve the balance of my time.